गुड मॉर्निंग आप सभी को और नमस्ते. टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू कवर हार्मनी इन एग्जिस्टेंस. In today lecture, I will try to cover recyclability of nature. Space is unlimited and nature is limited. I will throw lights on this line. After this, I will cover something about the existence in detail, and after that, holistic perception of life I will cover. So I'll start from the recyclability of nature. Before the recyclability of nature, you can see that existence is made up of two words, exist and essence. Exist means is to be, or essence means harmony, means mutual fulfillment. So existence is basically coexistence, in which we say that all the units are submerged in space. So before going into the detail of existence, I would like to tell something about the recyclability of the nature. There are several cyclical processes that we can see in nature. For example, the cycle of water. And we can see that in the cycle of water, we are having three processes: evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. And all of these three combine together and form the weather phenomenon. The cycle keeps these materials self-regulated on Earth. Breeds of plant and animal are similarly self-regulated in their environment. For example, you can see in a forest, the growth of trees takes place in a way so that the amount of soil, plants and animal remain conserved. It never happens that the number of trees shoot up and there is a lack of soil for the trees. Means the number of trees will also remain equal as compared to the amount of the soil. The appropriateness of the condition for growth of both plants and animal are also self-regulated in nature, keeping the population proportion naturally maintained. This phenomenon is termed as self-regulation. As for example, we can see that in a single breed of animal, the number of males and females generated through procreation is such that the continuity of species is ensured by itself. This happens with humans too, but inhuman practices have led to disappropriate number of men and women, and because of that we are facing so many problems in nature. And these two important characteristics, namely cyclical nature and self-regulation, provide us with some clues of the harmony that is in nature. And you can also give the so many example of the cycle. For example, you must have studied about the nitrogen cycle, carbon cycle, sulfur cycle, phosphorus cycle. They also indicate that all the units are basically intact in the some part of the nature, and they are cyclic in manner to provide the nutrients to each other, and so that they can be tend toward the mutual fulfillment. Now the next important thing is that after the explanation of existence is nature is limited and space is unlimited. We know that all of you now know that nature has four orders, and these four orders are: number one is material order, number two is pranic order, number three animal order, number four is human order. And when we talk about the nature, it is made up of the unit, and each unit is limited in size. The size ranges from being really small like atom, to really big galaxy. Example: each and every unit is finite and limited in size, be in the smallest particle or the biggest galaxies. Space, on the other hand, is unlimited. Space has no size. Unlike unit, it is not bounded. मीन्स जैसे कि हम बात करते हैं, स्पेस का कोई साइज़ नहीं होता, ना ही ये बाउंडेड होता है. आप जहाँ भी देखोगे वहाँ आपको स्पेस ही नज़र आएगा. अगर हम इसको समझने के लिए हम एक काम करते हैं, हम बुक का एग्जांपल लेते हैं. बुक का एग्जांपल ले देंगे तो हम जानते हैं कि बुक स्टार्ट होगी और बुक एक टाइम के बाद फिनिश होगी. सो वी कैन से दैट बुक इज़ लिमिटेड इन साइज, बट व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द स्पेस, देयर इज़ नो सच थिंग. फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ वी टेक द एग्जांपल एंड example of book and space together, so we can say behind the book, above the book, under the book, and inside the book, and between book and earth, there is one thing exists which is called space. So we can say that wherever we imagine, we can see the space everywhere. And here you can see that we can also find the space in between the pages of the book and beyond the earth. So all the way till we can imagine, we can see the space, and so that we can say that space has no size and units are limited in size. So we find that space pervades यानी सर्वव्यापी है, is all pervading यानी कि सभी जगह ये व्याप्त हो रहा है. Units on the other hand are not all pervading, and units जो हैं वो क्या है, they are limited in size, they are specifically found on the particular position of the earth, and so they are considered as not all pervading. So this is how we recognize them as a units. Next important thing that I am going to take is nature is self-organized in space and self-organization is available. Every unit is an organization, and we can see it for example from material order. Subatomic particles recognize each other and come together to form atoms. Cells recognize each other and to form organization like organs and a body. Planetary body, solar system, galaxy they are also tend to form bigger organization. We are not organizing it, they are self-organized. We are not supplying it or organizing them outside, they are completely self-organized. When we look at human, we see that we are self-organized at the level of the body. We are not organizing the body. We are not doing anything for the coordination between the heart, kidney, lungs, eyes, brain, hands, legs, etc. All these are functioning together. Our input is needed only to provide the required nutrition and to assist the body when we all fall sick or get injured. For example, I want to say that our duty is to provide nutrition and to take care of the body when we fall ill. And at the level of I we are not self-organized, but being in a space, self-organization is available to the self. Means I want to say that if we talk about ourselves, we can find that we are not self-organized, but if we talk about the space, we can see that self-organization is available. So it's our duty to self-organize ourselves to get the pursuit of happiness, which is essentially being in a harmony. Whenever we are in harmony, we are in harmony, we feel happy, and whenever we are not in harmony, we always feel unhappy. All the units of four orders are self-organized. No one is organizing them from outside. मीन्स कोई भी जो आउटसाइड से ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए कोई एनर्जी नहीं आ रही है, हम अपने आप ही क्या करते हैं, एक दूसरे को ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे हैं. नो वन इज सप्लाइंग दिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. कोई सप्लाई भी बाहर से नहीं, जो भी हम दे रहे हैं एक दूसरे को दे रहे हैं, एक दूसरे को म्यूचुअल फुलफिलमेंट के साथ सेल्फ ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे हैं. सो दिस सेल्फ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज अवेलेबल टू यूनिट्स बीइंग इन अ स्पेस. हेंस फॉर स्पेस वी ऑल से सेल्फ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज अवेलेबल. Now the next topic is existence. We can see that existence is made up of three things: units submerged in space. Means all the units are submerged in space. Units क्या है, स्पेस से घिरी हुई हैं, डूबी हुई हैं और चारों तरफ स्पेस इनके व्याप्त है. यूनिट का हमें एक चीज़ ऑलरेडी पता है, यूनिट की साइज़ लिमिटेड होता है. इनकी एक्टिविटी जो आप यहाँ देख सकते हो, दीज आर एक्टिव एंड दे हैव ए डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ एक्टिविटी. वी हैव ऑलरेडी स्टडीड इन अर्लियर यूनिट्स. एंड स्पेस वी कैन से द स्पेस इज अनलिमिटेड, ऑल परवेडिंग मीन्स व्यापक है, एंड इट शोज़ नो एक्टिविटी. But one thing I would like to say that for the activity we want energy. The energy which is required for doing the activity is it's coming from the space. Means again I am repeating the things. Means all the units are connected with each other. They are mutually fulfilling each other need, and the energy required for doing this kind of activity is coming from the space. We are not connected to the space, but space is providing the energy for doing all kind of activity, and this energy that is coming from the space, we can say that or we can consider that is a God, or we can say that भगवान. इसी को हम भगवान कहते हैं कि वो हमें जो स्पेस से जो एनर्जी आ रही है, जो हम सभी यूनिट्स को काम करने के लिए एनर्जी देती है, और हम सारी यूनिट्स को एक दूसरे के साथ अरेंज करने में हेल्प करती है, तो दैट इज़ कॉल्ड भगवान, गॉड, वट एवर यू कैन से. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट को एग्जिस्टेंस इज़ मेंटेन्ड बिटवीन ऑल द यूनिट, अमंग ऑल द यूनिट. So again I am summarizing the thing. Space is energized and we can see that self-organization is available in space because of the energy of the space. All the four orders have been self-organized, and this kind of recognition we can find out in a relationship also, and fulfillment in relationship with every other unit in space. So we have to fulfill the relationship, so with the in all the four orders. And here you can see the comprehensive table of harmony in nature that we have already studied. And this is the importance of role of education sanskar that you can see it in inheritance that I have already discussed with you. And these education sanskar has been transferred to the human education sanskar. And here you can already see the whatever I told you, that is basically summary of that, and I'm going to explain you in a detail ki what is this all about. The existence is unit in space. We already know that space is the empty area all around. We can see that, and the units are two type: material, insentient, and conscious, the sentient I. That we already know. The material units are transformable, and their composition keep on changing. That we know that material order. Here you can see that this is material order, and you can see that that is transformable and keep on changing. And hence these are called ghatansheel. The other category, here you can see that we can say them ghatansheel, means because they are transformable. And next is the other category of sentient I does not transform and are complete in composition, hence it is called ghatanpurn, means I will not transform and it is complete in composition, hence it is called ghatanpurn. The material units are changeful with the activity of recognizing and fulfilling, you have already seen, while the other kinds of units are continuous with the activities of knowing, assuming, recognizing, and fulfilling. The material units are available in two orders, material order and a pranic order. In material order, an atom is combined with another atom to form a molecule. A molecule similarly forms a molecular structure. Molecular structure are found in two forms, lumps and fluid. Fluid give nutrition to the pranic order. In pranic order, the smallest unit are plant cell, which combined with other cell to form plants, animal bodies, and human bodies. The coexistence of I with the animal body becomes the animal order. Means we can see that we talk about the animal order. The coexistence of I with the animal body becomes the animal order, and the coexistence of I with the human body is called the human order. So completion of right understanding in human being is called kriya purta. Here you can see that kriya purta means human order with right understanding. Here you can say that it is called kriya purta. And ability to live with complete understanding is called achar purta. Here you can see that achar purta means if we have a ability to live with the right understanding, that is called achar purta. And these are the things that I have already discussed to you. The atoms are made up of molecule have a definite molecular structure. These are divided into lump and fluid, and fluid provide nutrition to the plant order is made up of the cell. When these cells combine together, they form plant, and when the cell of plant combine together, they form animal and human being. And that I have already discussed with you. And we look at the left side of the chart. The transformation keep changing takes place at the transformation is cyclic in nature, but on the right hand side the transformation are acyclic in nature. This implies that we have understood that to continue to stay with us, we will never miss it. This is transition in one direction, and this is called development vikas. Means if we talk about the self that is in one direction, this is called vikas. Here you can say that these are cyclic and these are non-cyclic. Here you can see that. So this is called non-cyclic, means one direction it tends towards to the development. So existence in the form of coexistence, it is in the harmony. We don't have to create this harmony, it already exists. See, we only have to understand it to be in it. This means that having the knowledge of self gives me the knowledge of human conduct. Here you can see that having a knowledge of self or right understanding give the knowledge of the human conduct. and knowledge of human conduct, how to live in existence with the four order. How human conduct क्या है? How to live in existence with all the four orders. And with this knowledge I can live with human conduct, and this is the pending task we have to complete. Means we have to try to complete this task so that we can live in harmony and we can do our things in a better way. So this is the sum up of whatever I told you, and you can see it here. And existence is a form of coexistence, is a ever present. Existence is equal to coexistence, in which units are submerged in space. Every unit in existence is related with every other unit in existence in a mutually fulfilling manner. Or synergy is intrinsic to the existence. Harmony in inherent in existence. We do not have to create it, we do not have to construct it. Harmony comes from our inside. So the role of human being is to realize this coexistence, this harmony, this order in existence. For this, all the human being is need to do this, to understand the inherent harmony or coexistence in existence, and we have to live accordingly, to live with the feeling of harmony or coexistence, and there is a provision in existence for living in coexistence. So we can see that existence is coexistence. Human being is a by virtue of coexistence, embedded in coexistence. Means we are the unit and we are connected with each other. Means human being by its virtue of coexistence embedded in coexistence. All the human being needs to be do its understand coexistence and to live in coexistence. Means now what we have to do, we have to understand we all are unit, we are connected with each other with the help of coexistence. So we have to understand this coexistence, and we have to try to maintain this coexistence, and we have to try to live with this coexistence. We should not try to harm each other. And program for human being for our role in existence. Human being have to two important things to do to understand the coexistence. This is called knowledge or gyan. To understand coexistence, to ensure the feeling thought of coexistence, to live in coexistence, and this is called resolution, and this thing is called samadhan. And to live in coexistence, with the human being, family, to so that we can extend to family, to world family. So this is called undivided society, and this is called akhand samaj. And to live in coexistence in nature, family order to world family order, this is called universal human order. This is called Sarvabhaum Vyavastha. By these two being ensured by human being, the result will be undivided society and universal human order on the earth, in which the harmony and peace are very natural outcomes, and there is every provision in existence for it. Now we can see that happiness is an indicator of feedback that we have understand harmony and live in harmony at all four levels of our being. Unhappiness is an indicator or feedback that we have not understood harmony. We are not living in harmony at one or more of the four level of our being. So our role is, what is our role? Our role is to make the effort to understand the harmony and to live in harmony at all the four levels: self, family, society and nature. And here you can see that self verification on the natural acceptance. So we can thought we should not have unguided senses, unguided health, and profit thoughts and unguided sensation. And if there will be the thing, we always feel a problem. And what we have to do in this level, we have to understand the coexistence, we have to understand the harmony in nature, we have to participate in larger order relationship, and we should have this should be the desire, and the thought should be the coexistence, harmony, justice, guided senses, health and profit. Means these should be properly guided, and expectation should be we should have able to fulfill our goal. We should be always to live our life according to the value, and we should always guided by the definite sensation. So and we should have a that is dimension. So we should work properly in a behavior and work, and we will participate in four orders in a proper manner. And when we have a realization within, that is here you can see in the authentication and determination, and this stage is realization. When we have this kind of realization how we have to participate in this order, so that will lead to the undivided society, universal human order, followed by mutual happiness and mutual prosperity and fulfillment of human goal. And existence concept will combine with this concept, and that will take the proper transformation, and it will lead to the development. And this is called proper development, means transformation from animal consciousness to human consciousness. And here you can see that existence and coexistence lead to universal human order. Level of that the human being, when we have a state of realization that we have already discussed, it will lead to evidence and authentication. In mutual relationship, when we have a love and compassion, it will lead to the undivided society. Here you can see that you must be knowing that I have not told you to retain number 1 and 2 part. So here 1 and 2 part, after the completion of the 4 unit, you can fill by authentication and determination, and imaging, analyzing, selecting, and imaging that lead to the contemplation, means chintan, comparing, means analyzing, testing. Here that imaging part, part you can basically complete it by after the completion of the 4th unit. And this is all about the 4 human tradition, what we have to do in this nature of society of the people living together in relationship is called mutual fulfillment. Conduct that ensure continuity of mutual happiness and prosperity lead to human conduct. Education that ensure development of their competence to live within a definite human conduct is called human education. And this human education, this is the entry point. Okay. And universal human order to the society in which human goal is realized. So that's all for today lecture and completion of 4th unit. And I hope you must have enjoyed this lecture, and don't forget to enter your feedback on YouTube.